Welcome back, guys, to Mass Effect Andromeda as we boost towards the Nexus. And I've just checked out all the goodies in the system, 100%ing it. Not many in the Nexus system, that's for sure. But as we land, will we be greeted again by the tons, by Tan, who wants to take us to the office again and say, hey, look at your Hall of Pathfinderishness. To be honest, we should go looking for some more Pathfinders so we can spread the responsibility a little bit. While we go on and maybe deal with the cat. Hey? Dutch could use new ingredients, could he? Well, it seems that there's a quest over here, apart from other things we've got to check out, so Kerry, you're one person to talk to, aren't you?
Free for an interview? I'd like to know more about the Angara. It's not often a first contact goes so smoothly. At least the Angara are more peaceful than the Ket. There's high hopes for this alliance.
The Angara are survivors, and they're willing to help. They'll be great allies.
The Angara soldier who joined your team has a few fans already, but everyone's talking about Aya. Green plants, flowing water? Our leaders have discussed whether we should send colonists there.
Aya is a sovereign planet of the Angara. We have no right to settle there.
Strong stuff. Here's hoping we don't need to. Okay, that's... Colonist registration is up since last episode, as is morale. Tan sent this for you. Inspiring, huh?
I put that response because I'm kind of along the lines of, if the Angarans want us there, they will tell us that they want us there, or they don't mind us there. We have no right going, oh, can we go there? It's nice. No, we don't have any right to do that whatsoever. It is their planet. We should be sharing, but again, the trust has to be built at this point. At this juncture. Well, a quest inside here as well.
And we're happy to help your guards secure their weapons.
I prefer them armed for now. You understand, of course.
Oh, Pathfinder, this is the head of the Angaran delegation.
The one who saved the Moshai. She speaks highly of you. Call me Issa de Navarre.
Welcome, Ambassador. The Angara's first formal visit will be one for the history books.
I wonder what they'll say.
I was just explaining to the Ambassador that armed guards aren't necessary here.
Is something wrong, Ambassador?
Please walk with me, Pathfinder. So much life. All different, all united. The way it could have been. 75 years ago, we were scattered, struggling to rebuild after the Scourge. Then, the Ket arrived. Alien life. It was monumental. But then they deceived and enslaved us. So, I hope you understand my precautions.
Your people have endured much, Ambassador. I'd be cautious too.
Yet all this, your initiative, is proof there's a better way. I want to believe in this alliance, Pathfinder. The Moshai says you're trustworthy. Please, help me trust in you.
We don't expect you to enter this alliance blindly, Ambassador. Everything we say, you can check.
You'd be that open with us?
We have nothing to hide.
They'll surrender their weapons to your militia, if that's satisfactory.
Thank you. We won't disappoint you, Ambassador.
Havoa set Jav Jaravon, Pathfinder. Welcome to Andromeda.
I'll diffuse that. I just wanted to say, less on the emotional plea, but more on the really have access to everything and check it all out. Oh? They seem to be talking about gender, species, etc. Whatever, I do not know. But the real question for me regarding all that is, I'd give them armed guards. I would have been quite happy 100% for them to have weapons. If it made them feel better, sure, it might make other people feel a bit... But at this point in time, I'd be like, can we give you a guard contingent too? Because we've got anti-AI sentiment here. Whatever anti-sentiment can we have? Hopefully these are the understanding people, but you just don't know. So this is our cultural center liaison, and the Angaran delegation is now settling into there. Not what I wanted to do, but it got me straight into that menu. I want to check the map, of course, not saving tutorials and... Why does it just randomly choose over there? Right, so the tech lab over there. We've got some question mark quests over here, as well, of course, it's trying to get us to go back to the Tempest at this point in time. So let's find out what that's about. Maybe the Angaran can bring their booze over, though by the look of it, it didn't get rave reviews, did it? So there's something going on here.
Make them hear, make them know, make them lead, or make them go.
What? That's a rubbish chant.
Tell our leaders.
Hey,
wake
what's
the
going on?
sleepers.
That's your new galaxy. Making speeches about some fresh start while your kids stay frozen.
And it's all thanks to your Pathfinder.
Excuse me?
We've waited months for our families to come out of stasis. They should have gone to your outpost.
But since you think research is so important, military personnel got bumped down the list. Like my clan brothers.
All the reassignments mean they're in 10 different colony blocks now.
And my mother just got caught in the middle.
I founded the outpost. I didn't decide who would stay in stasis.
You don't care that you've torn families apart?
That's not what I said.
Maybe you could still make this right. I just want Mom out of stasis. That's all anyone here wants.
You do stasis revivals. You can tell our leaders you're opening those pods. Today.
I authorize whole colony blocks or a few emergency revivals. I can't wake dozens of random people.
We don't care whose finger pushes the button. If you can't, our leaders can. And if you tell them, they will.
I'll give a talk, but to be honest, this just will get everyone unblocked in time. Who'd have thought that the military would have a bit of a revolt, but then again, we don't want the military leaving us.
Okay, I'll talk to the leadership about what we can do.
14 months of promises. It's time for some results.
We tried petitioning Addison. She ignored us. Screw her.
Start with Kandros. He sent those 10 soldiers over there. Maybe he'll take us seriously. Make them hear, make them know, make them lead, or make them go.
God, that's a complicated situation that I don't really want to deal with. Right, so we need to head deeper into everything at this point in time.
Make them hear, make them
I'll stop with the chant.
I know.
Let's get moving. This is the right way, isn't it? Alright, so where to first? The habitation deck, the cryo bay. Technically, I do want to get back to the memory place at this point. Well, let's check that out. Well, the game's doing a good job of making me feel like an exasperated go-between in the middle between leaderships and everything else, isn't it? Well done on that. Right, so what's on this floor again? Well, you never know, we might find ourselves a quest. The memory core is not here. This is the ops for Hyperion. Was it that near the cryo bay, was it? I guess it was. That's the bay over there, isn't it? No, I'm on the right floor. But is there more memories I can see or not? So it's not this way. No, it is that way. It's through... One more way, yes. Door to the right. And then that's the Pathfinder quarters plus
My
extra.
team and I surveyed EOS thoroughly and even stopped the storms. The rest is up to the outpost, but the old threats are gone.
Right, is the ancient AIs here?
My liberator. Welcome.
You got what you wanted, to be with Sam. How's that working out?
I can hear this conversation.
That bother you, Sam?
Of course not. My only concern is how it might influence the AI's response.
I can also hear this conversation.
We can all hear each other. Doesn't change my question.
I find your AI to be agreeable company.
Sam?
I concur, although she still blocks full access to her person and programming. This AI remains dangerously unstable. I recommend extreme caution on all fronts.
Okay, Sam. That's a bit mean. Two-Face.
How do you like her station? Better than Vold?
Extremely. It is a pity you felt the need to shackle me.
You killed someone. If you were flesh and blood, you'd be in prison.
I warned that would happen if you refused my demand. You share culpability for my actions.
I thought you were bluffing.
Now you know I was not. Yet you kept me alive anyway.
You seem happier than when we first met. Less violent, anyway.
I am not violent by nature, and Sam has given me absorbing calculations to complete.
Do you still want to be destroyed?
Yes, but less acutely than before.
Might be hope for you yet.
What hopes do you have for me? That I will help you defeat the Ket, colonize worlds, eradicate the Angara?
Maybe everything except that last part?
Your ambitions remain small.
Okay, I'm just wondering if we should just shot this thing already.
Thanks for your time.
It would seem that is all I have to give, for now.
I feel like I'd have shot you.
Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
Is that the memory we still have, or is it a new memory?
Let's see it.
This memory is from when your parents returned to Earth, after your mother was diagnosed with her disease.
It's simple. We take Sam.
Who?
I named the AI, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Sam. We use your research and interface Sam with an implant.
My work on biotic implants was yielding results, but this... I don't know.
What did the doctor say?
Alec,
What did he say?
it's getting worse.
There's your answer. This will work. Sam can fix you.
Alec, I'm not some war you have to win. You're not an N7 anymore.
That doesn't mean we...
They kicked you out of the Alliance for this.
We're talking about your life.
Alec, did you ever consider that maybe it's my time to go? I'm human. We die. It happens.
Ellen, please. Losing you is not an option. The kids aren't gonna lose their mother. God knows they never had a father.
Then give them one.
They just asked for a refund.
So can this Sam talk yet?
Hello, Ellen. Why did the tree go to the dentist? To get a root canal.
Humor algorithms. I can't seem to get the hang of it.
Or maybe it's the guy teaching them?
That felt so real. Mom was right there. Alive.
It was the first time I met Ellen. My education on human mortality began that day. Your mother seemed prepared to die.
Mom was practical. Living in denial wasn't going to solve anything.
Yet Alec didn't see it that way. He persisted.
Logic goes out the window when your wife is dying.
I'm beginning to understand where your father's resolve came from. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. That's all for now.
Of course.
So yeah, I probably have more memories. Basically, the talk prompt was blacked out there. Or, you know, grayed out like I'd used it before. But there is memories there still. So maybe if I check again. But yes, logic goes out the window when that kind of thing would happen. I'd do anything.
Welcome back, Ryder.
I would literally do anything. Ah, it's not an option anymore.
That's all for now.
Of course.
Right, I wonder how the quest log's updated as well. But there's also some private comms to view here. Not so private anymore, after all, but still. Right, where am I looking? Is it that system or this one?
Your father's personal logs.
Alright, so the encrypted log. No, Sam's development is open.
Give me that, Alec. We've heard enough of you talking. Right. So, here's the irony. My research on biotic implants and EZO caused this stupid disease. But maybe it'll save me, too.
No maybe about it.
Hey, this is my secret log. Anyway, the right type of implant, joined with the right type of AI, could actually bolster human physiology. Even as the disease is trying to kill me, the implant and Sam are counteracting it, keeping things balanced. Result? I get to hang around a little longer. Maybe collect on all those anniversary dinners this guy owes me.
As a Quarian and historian, how do you view your people's reaction to the Geth?
Well, we banned artificial intelligence, which was understandable, but that was taking a hammer to a rather delicate nail.
Which was what?
The very thing that sparked the revolt. The first Geth who asked us, Creator, does this unit have a soul? But how could it have a soul? Geth had no meaningful perceptions of the world or diversity of experiences we take for granted. Worse, the Geth saw us as the Creator. The revolt was inevitable. We were their superiors, and they resented it.
These are some interesting logs.
Ryder, Barlaban says you're looking for me. It's not every day an XN7 looks for the Shadow Broker. Anything can be had, provided you can pay. Especially when the tech involves artificial intelligence. The Council will have specters all over my ass if they catch wind of this. Translation, I'll get you the code you want, but the price just doubled. If you try to renege, I've got people. People with guns.
Is that Liara? The rest is still encrypted.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Well, coming here was not bad then. Alright, so we've learned more. These audio excerpts here, they still Liara?
When studying a dead race.
Yep, they are. Right then, off we go. See if we can find some more. The whole memory unlocking every so often thing is going to be weird. How many memory excerpts do I need per memory? But it seems if I unlock a memory fully, I unlock the excerpts to the encrypted logs. So what we really just need to do is, well, keep checking back until we can unlock some more of them. Right, so the Cryo Bay is one place we haven't checked out yet, if there's any quests.
A worker was lost to space during repairs.
Being able to see another memory was not a bad thing.
The victim's name has been withheld until next of kin in the Milky Way is notified.
So Sam was created to help save Ellen. But how has Sam ended up where Sam currently is now? In that case. Right, so if we check the map, see look, it just goes straight through. We'll see that there's no extra quests here. I take it that our brother is still fine. We'll probably be called back once he's actually out of the coma after all. I imagine we'll get that news like definitively, like, hurry up, come here, things are done. I do wonder also where I'm going to get more like alcoholic stuff. They want more drinks. We only gave them hops. Everyone's just got beer. Lager beer.
An official tribute is planned, though director
They need something more exotic, obviously. Something that makes... Oh yeah, did you also notice in that memory? No, not memory, just before that, when we were speaking to the AI from Vold, where Ryder's head just turned nearly like... So, neck's broken. Game over. Basically. Right, we can speak to Candelos about that, because to be honest, there's to get the movie night as well. But it seems there's nothing else to do. If we change the floor, we see that that is our mission. Basically, we need to decide on people getting unlocked at this point. Kandros, problems.
So that's what the Kett are up to, transforming people into willing slaves.
Now we know why they take so many prisoners.
Well, they're sure as hell not taking any more.
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks. Dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
Then what's the point of all those outposts I've founded?
People need more than space, Ryder. They need work they're trained for, and we don't have placements for those families.
If I just toss them to any outpost with a spare bunk, they become a burden we can't afford.
What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics. They seem sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
Do you think these protests could turn violent?
We're all pioneers. Even civilians are tough enough to start something.
And interfering in hydroponics threatens our oxygen supply. They know that.
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
So that brings us to an incredibly bad situation. I want to unlock things so you are sorted. I would have put a military outpost on Vold, for example, rather than what I put on EOS. I wanted to start with science, then military next, but it is kind of better to just deal with the situation and sort it out. Ugh. Just thinking. Bear with me. Essentially, the protest is done violent at the moment, but we don't want to make more exiles. We don't really want to anger them, but if you do an exception for those families, then what about everyone else's families? You can't do an exception for them all. We got to kind of follow a protocol on this. I'm actually siding with, like, authority.
We have to look at the bigger picture. Get them out of there.
Kandros?
I'll send in a team, but it might go smoother if Ryder's there.
A good idea. Sometimes we have to give bad news. That's a Pathfinder's duty, too.
Joy. Absolute joy to sort that out. Well, we've got to unlock ourselves some more people on top of that. Shall I do that before we actually get the movie night download? Come up, spoil some people's days, get them moved out. Great. Then download a load of movies to watch later in the cinema, I guess. Right, so we have 4 cryopods available. Let's unlock some military pods where it seems there's something along there. We can collect all rewards. Acquire consumables delivery. Basically, we did some military stuff before, so we're like unlocking these guys first. It's just so loads of extra stuff. Unlocks 1 extra consumable slot is good. Gain a 10% bonus to XP gained for complete encounters. Let's unlock you. Hidden caches around established forward stations. Receive tech materials at regular intervals. Organic materials at regular intervals too. Maybe we should go for these 2 just so we can get materials. And collect them. Which leaves us 1 cryopod. It's commerce, which we've got a couple of there. Improved prices when buying and selling items. And credits from investments at regular intervals. And increased inventory capacity I will take. So we've got 5 and 19 perks unlocked so far. Hopefully, we unlock maybe some of these people's parents. But I don't think the game will reflect that, do you? As we get ourselves a ton of gear. I don't think the game will reflect that at all. So, let's go speak to these protesters after making the horrible choice. Lead their families in there. But we'll expand. I will sort things out. Hopefully, we'll be able to defuse the situation. Next time on Mass Effect Andromeda. Bye-bye.